Well, good morning and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. I missed you guys this past week and I so appreciate all the comments, the private messages, the texts, the calls. Thank you so much. You sure know how to make a girl feel appreciated and missed. So I am doing much better. Glad to be back with you today. So we are going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together. We are going to be learning a Bible verse, and we are going to be doing that while we are enjoying some beauty on the outside by putting our makeup on together. So got a fun look for today. I'm excited about the colors. So our foundational verse for this podcast is Psalm 119, verse 11. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. And that again comes from Psalm 119, verse 11. Still waiting for a few things to fall in place with regards to our coloring book, but we are getting so close. It is exciting to just wait till you see what's coming up. So the last week that we worked, which was episode 1, so I hope you have enjoyed that and worked on that for this whole time. So this second season, we are going to be memorizing the entire book of James together. And just going to be a little transparent and honest here. Didn't get as much done in my illness with the verses I would like, so I'm going to have a little bit of catching up to do this week. So let's say that verse together. I, James, am a slave of God and the Master Jesus, writing to the 12 tribes scattered to kingdom come. Hello, James 1:1. Now, I don't know about you, but if you memorize this in a different translation, it's a little bit different trying to learn it a new way. So I'm excited though, because I love the way that the Message, which is a translation that we're using, I love the way that the Message relays the information and it just kind of brings it down to where you are and helps you to understand it a little bit better. So excited about that. Now, our verse for this week, it's so long that it didn't fit in the box that's right below. So let's look at that verse and we're going to say it together. So it's going to go from that black box and it's going to continue down into the pink one. So just hang on. Let's do it together. We can do this. All right. So today this week, we're going to be in James 1:2-4. So the verse is, consider it a sheer gift, friends. When tests and challenges come at you from all sides, you know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do its work so you become mature and well-developed, not deficient in any way. James 1:2-4. So we'll be reviewing that whole thing, and then we'll be next week saying verse 1-4 together. So this is an exciting time. This will be, I explained to you guys in the beginning that I am not working on scripture memory because this is something that I excel in, and I'm coming to you from I'm an expert standpoint. This is hey, I need some work on this. Let's do it together journey. So this is going to be some fun, some good time. And I look forward to, learning all of this with you and memorizing all of this with you right alongside you. So let me get that ticker flowing on the bottom there. All right. Now, because it's a long one, it's going to be scrolling for a minute. Let me tell you, we're going to get some good lash curling today, huh? So we got that going. I'm going to turn my chat on here. There we go. So if you have any questions while we're going along, whatever platform you are live with me right now, just go ahead and put it in there and it'll show up on me and I can answer you back. So as best I can, I'll get that answered, on air live. And I see lots of good mornings and great to have you back. So thank you so much. Awesome to be with you guys. So our easy theme for today is going to be, I'm calling it cotton candy. It's just super fun. We're going to use white, pink, purple, and a little bit of blue. And we're all going to be using a MAC palette. One of my objectives here is to fully use... There we go. One of my objectives here is to fully use a palette. So we are just going to journey through our palettes. And I'm not saying I'm not going to introduce some new fun ones, but we're going to use our palettes to their advantage. Right now it's not a trend to have single colors, so everybody's into palettes. So if you're going to buy a palette that's got, 9, 10, 25 colors in it, let's make the most of that. So that's what we're going to be doing, journeying through some palettes. So we are going to start out with our Urban Decay All-Nighter Primer. That's this bad boy right here. And one pump of this is going to do your whole face. So it doesn't matter what your skin type is. This thing is awesome. There are different ones that do different things. So, knock yourself out trying different stuff. Come in and see me in my store in Midlothian. We can talk through, what looks. Good morning, Melissa. We can see, what different looks you want to achieve and find the perfect primer for you. So literally one pump. We're just going to work that between our fingers. We're going to start out in the middle. Now for me, as a combo skin, what this is going to do for me, this is going to a certain extent, control oil, but it is going to help that foundation to stay where it wants. As the day gets on, we're supposed to hit like almost 90 degrees today. It's only February. But you're going to have a little bit of, sweat, oiliness, all that's going to be happening. The good fun stuff. So yay, Texas life. So this is going to help that foundation to stay put. It's going to reduce sliding. You're not going to see that separation. It's going to extend the wearability of it. It's going to help that finish to stay, whatever the finish is. I'm using a semi-matte finish. So whatever finish you're using, it's going to help it to stay that way. So we're going to be doing that. Then we're going to move on to our concealer. I am using the It Cosmetics. This is the Bye Bye Under Eye. I'm the shade 11 Light Nude. I love this concealer because number one, it is definitely a full coverage. Number two, it takes very little and it just spreads out and blends beautifully. So we are just going to be, if I can get you, there we go. And well, that's a little, there we go. We're just going to use a little slide of that. And whatever you want to conceal, that's where you're going to put this bad boy. So for me, I'm going to be going under the eye. And we're just going to kind of put it, big and goopy to start out with. This does better when you let it warm up to your body temperature for just a second. So we're just going to kind of put it in, not on your eye like that. We're just going to put it in the big places and let it sit there for just a second. I know, right? And so if you have any acne, scarring, hyperpigmentation of any kind, you're just going to dab that on there. I already have dampened my beauty blender, and I was so excited the other day. I found, so this is a green one, which I believe is their Once Upon a Time, I think it's called. Once Upon a Blend, excuse me. And so this one's a green color. Then I have a black one and a pink one. So, now I've got beauty blenders for whatever mood I'm in. So, yay. All right. So we've let that set for a second. It's had a chance to kind of warm up. I'm going to be using the pointy end of that, and we're just going to blend that out. I am using this almost as a color corrector as well. So I've got lots of redness happening here. So we're just going to let that concealer help with that darkness I've got, a little bit of purple. With the redness I've got here on the top of my cheek. And you can see as we're blending it out, we're not trying to highlight the area. We're just trying to conceal the area. So by the time we're finished, it's just going to be like a smooth palette color. A little bit lighter, but just nice and blended out. And for today, we're actually going to be using an eye primer as well because of the colors that we're going to be using from MAC. So anytime you use a white, you really want to use a primer. You can use the concealer for the primer if you want. So you could go ahead and put that on your whole lid now if you want to. I am going to be using, and let's just go ahead and do it now because we're talking about it. I'm going to use the Anastasia eye primer. I like this one because it's actually, it's a lighter color than, oh, that was look at that. It's a little bit lighter than some. So we're just going to use a little bit and just use your finger. And we're going to go from the bottom to the top with this. That's just going to give our eyelid a nice base for letting that shadow hang tough. It's going to reduce your fallout. It's going to reduce your creases. And since I've got so much, I'm just going to dab it off that tissue. And we're just going to get that over here too. You can use this for cut creases as well. That's right. That you not do with your finger though. That's another whole conversation. Maybe we'll do. I've done a modified cut crease a couple times, but it's just not really my thing. I mean, I think it looks nice on other people. It's just a little bit harsh on me. Okay, so we've got that all on there. I'm gonna hope that my tissue in my lab is not gonna get that all over my pants. So now that we've got that, we're gonna move on to our foundation. I am using the Lancome. This is the Lancome. This is the Long Time No Shine. I'm the shade 225 Neutral. If you do not love the shade of your foundation, come in and see me and we will get you shade matched. whether this is your foundation or something else. I mean, we got a million different foundations in there. So we're going to be using partial pumps. So literally, we're just going to take it and you're just going to partial pump something and we're just going to work around our face. So we're going to start out in the center. I know that is a long burst scrolling around, isn't it? I'm so excited though. I've got to tell you, this will be the first time I have memorized an entire book of the Bible. All right, so that damp beauty blender, I mean, not all beauty blenders have to be dampened. The beauty blender, though, is a need to dampen it thing. So another partial pump. And we're just kind of dabbing and blurring, coming right up to that concealer we put down there. Get right up next to that hairline, but you don't get it on. You can use a clip if you'd like, or spa headbands. I've tried some of that before, and I don't know, it just always tends to get in my way. But you do you. If you have longer hair, definitely, I think, some kind of clip or something. And I know on my actual makeup station, I have, just one of those little chompy black plastic things. Okay, just in a little partial. Just gonna hold the hair up there. A little bit of yesterday going on there. I know when you get a good tease in there, that can last you a couple of days. You don't need to redo that every day, right? Yeah, I see lots of people agreeing. That's right. A good tease is good. And no, I don't have the mohawk up today. All right, we're just gonna dab it around there, kind of working in that concealer. And one more pump and then we'll be finished. We're just gonna go under that neckline here, just right along there. We're just gonna let that blend out nicely onto our neck so we don't have any finish lines. Everything looks seamless. I don't know if you know this or not, but doing so many foundation shade matches, there are so many people where their neck is either lighter or darker than their face. So I like to do this because it just ensures that everything looks, like it goes together. We don't need to look like we have a floating head. So if you blend out right here, it just ensures that, everything's working together nicely. So I've been experimenting with a new powder, and I've actually grown to really like it. I know that I'm a fan of that Lancome Long Time No Shine. Still do love that. That's great for oil control. Definitely my go-to for summer. But I have been using the Hourglass Veil, and let me tell you, I am impressed. So this one has, you tip it upside down a little bit, and then there's like this little reservoir thing that keeps the powder just like, I don't know if I can show you. Yep, right there in the middle. And then, it's just been really nice. It's got a little bit of kind of a banana color to it, which I was kind of thinking, but it's actually been nice. So we're just going to take I'm actually using a triangle pad right now. Going to work right in the corner of the eye and then underneath the eye. And this was actually given to me as a Christmas gift from one of the managers at my store. And I have people coming in all the time asking for, do you have one of those triangle things? And literally that's what they'll call it, triangle thing. And I thought it was a little bit weird until I had one. Anyways, now I'm addicted to the triangle shape. So now we're going to use the wide end of the triangle, and we're just going to press that powder in, working around our face. And there's not any magic to what direction or what order you do it in. You're just going to use more of a patting, not really we're not trying to take off the foundation that we just so carefully put on. We're just trying to set it. The other thing I liked about this was the powder that sometimes setting powders can be a little, kind of drying like, and you end up looking a little, I guess I'd call it crusty. And I don't even have dry skin. This one does not do that at all. So somehow it finds a happy balance between setting and not drying, but yet it doesn't bother my combo skin either. I don't know. Like I said, I've just really enjoyed this. And unfortunately, my store does not carry Hourglass in it. So that's a sad day, but that's okay because I can get it from our website. So we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to move on to some contouring. So we are going to start with the NARS. This is the Laguna 2 bronzer. And I'm going to be using this brush right here. This is from It Cosmetics. It's actually a foundation brush. We're going to be using this end for the bronzer, this end for the highlighter. So start out with this end and we're going to use that flat side there. Just going to get it on one side. Like I said, I don't have a clip or anything like that. So I'm just going to cover up my hair here so I don't end up with bronzer all up in it. And right up above where the low part of my cheek is, I'm just going to kind of come in with a little bit of a curve and then right up next to that hairline, hence why I'm pulling my hair back. And we're just going to give a little bit of shape in there. And then we're going to do that same thing on the other side. And now same flat side, right up here along the hairline. Just a little bit, work that in there. I like to come down just a smidge in the middle. Now we're going to move to the edge. We're going to go right along. So keep a natural face and you're going to go right under where your jawline is. We're just going to accentuate that. So if you smile or something, you move that jawline. So just keep a neutral face. Just work right along there. Same thing on the other side, going all the way from that earlobe to right about where you can see where that little crooky part of your chin starts. Yes, that's the technical term, crooky part. All right. Using the thin side of that again, we're going to come along the nose here. We're going to just get that a little carved out, make it a little more narrow, hit that tip there, cut that short. There we go. Okay, now we're going to use the fluffy part and we're going to grab our MAC. This is the Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish or whatever highlighter it is that you're using. And you're just going to kind of work that around. The whole face of that's going to get some right on the top of that cheek and right beside your brow there. And then we're going to do right down the center of the face. Making sure that we're hitting right there in that Cupid's bow. It's going to give you a little plumping action. I mean, not like you're really going to get plump. It's going to give the illusion of plump when we get to our lipstick part. So now we've got a little, high and low happening. So let's give ourselves a little bit of color. So we're going to grab that blush brush and one of my favorite palettes. This is the Juvia's Place. This is the Volume 4. They were a little hard to get hold of for a while, but now they're back. The Juvia's Place, the liquid blush or cream blushes, super nice. Love those. It's just not what we're doing today. Maybe we'll go back to that next week. So today we're going to be living in this one right here. These are very pigmented, so be careful. You don't need too much of it. You're going to take that brush and just literally tap into there. And we're going to go between the bronzer and the highlighter. Again, if you want to hold your hair back just a little bit, you can. If you got the clip, you ain't got to worry about that. And we're just going to give ourselves a little bit of color right between those two things. Then we're going to, you might have enough on the brush already, but we're just going to go right up into that bronzer there. There we go. Ta-da! You are all contoured up. So now we are going to say that verse together. So let me wait till it rolls around on the screen. Okay, there you go. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Oh, hold on. Let me get up to it. Okay, now we're gonna have to wait till it rolls all the way around again. Okay, so let's see. We're about halfway through, and I know it is a long one, but if you want to get the whole thing done in a year, you got to work on it a little bit. Okay, almost there. As soon as we see the scripture reference, okay, there we go. There we go. You ready? Okay, here we go. And now, okay. Consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do its work so you become mature and well developed, not deficient in any way. James 1, 2-4. I can see I got my work cut out for me. So this week we're actually going to implement something new to kind of help you a little bit better on a daily basis, be able to get that scripture memorized. So I know because it's a little bit longer, so we're going to have to be a little more diligent about it. But you know what? The things that are a little harder to get are the things that are worth getting. So we're just going to work on it together. So now we're going to get on to our lips here. So because our eyeshadow look is a little, it's not really complicated, but a little busy. We'll call it that, busy. We're going to do a little bit simpler of a lip today. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay 24/7 lip liner. This is in the shade Jilted. So let me get a nice little tip on there. That's good enough for what we're doing today. All right, so we're going to start out there in that Cupid's bow. And you are going to straddle that lip line. Okay, and it's okay if you get a sharp V here, because we can soften it out in a second. But just want to make sure that you're giving that a good, nice heart kind of shape. So I always start out with the V part first, and then you can blend it out and round it out. So we're really going to ride that lip line. And this one does have a little bit of frost in it. So I don't know, to me, it seems like the frost blend out a little bit softer and easier. Whatever pencil you're using, whatever brand, whatever color, doesn't matter. Just do it the same way. Okay, right here. That's a great question. Why do you use lip liner? So lip liners do a few things. Lip liners can add color. They can add dimension. They definitely will keep your lipstick or gloss or whatever in your lip instead of letting it leach out. You can use it for an ombre. If you color over the whole lip, like let's say you've got an evening where you're going to be talking a lot, you're going to be eating, line your whole lip with the lip liner and it will extend the wear of your lipstick and the color. So lip liner does a lot of different things. Also, if you use, like the Buxom has a plumping lip liner, so you actually get plumping from that. In fact, if you want to try one of those plumping liners, right now we have a gift with a card application. It has one of those in there. So if you do the card application, whether you get approved or not, doesn't matter. But if you get approved, then you get 20% off your whole purchase. You get double the points every time you use a card. And we have a gift bag while supplies last. And it has one of those Buxom plumping lip things in there. Also, it has a Grande Lash serum. And what was the other thing that I was super excited? Oh, the Pro Peptide from Drunk Elephant. So many cool things in that bag right now. Okay. All right. So give a look back. Make sure you like the shape you just created. Everything's good and honky-dory for you. I am using MAC. This is, one of my favorites. This is the Candy Yum Yum. I almost used the Flat Out Fabulous today, but I decided to go with Candy Yum Yum. So here we go. Oh yeah, gotta love it when you do that. And for this particular look, we're going totally over that lip liner with the lipstick. So once you're all covered, you are good to go. It's just such a happy pink color, isn't it? I just like that one. All right, so like I said, today we are going to be using, this is our MAC Connect in Color eyeshadow palette. And I think we used this episode 1 we used this as well. So today we're going to be living here in this quadrant right here. white, pink, purple, and blue. And we're going to actually use them in that order. So white, pink, purple, and blue. So really you've got one light and then you've got 3 mediums. So you can do this same exact thing with, whatever it is that you choose. You're just going to make sure that you've got the levels of that. So we are going to start out with actually let's do, I'm going to use the all over shadow brush. It's a little bit bigger of a brush and I unfortunately need to get it cleaned off. So let me dab that off for you. Okay, this one right here, I believe this is actually a concealer brush, but whatever. You're just looking for a big brush to get this area under your brow. If you don't have hooded eyes like I do and you don't have as much real estate right here, you could probably get away with a smaller brush. So for today, we're going to be using that white. So we're just going to run right up under, and I see it's actually picked up a little of that pink I already had on my brush, but yeah. So right here, we're just getting in there with that white, just giving us a little bit of some kind of color right up here. And then we're actually going to take that, as long as we've got it on this brush already, because this is kind of a big one, I'm going to use the side here. Get right in the inside edge there. There you go. And we're just going to do, I don't know, about maybe a third of the lid with that right there. And then the same thing on the other side. Okay, we're going to switch gears a little bit and we are going to just use a regular shadow brush. And we're going to get into the pink just a little bit. So just about this size of a brush. And we're going to, only one side of the brush for right now. We're going to work right from the edge here up like that. And let's just give it a little bit of color right here. And we're just going to let that sit for a second. That is a pretty pink color, isn't it? All right. I'm just going to grab another. Oh, did I get one? Oh, man, really? Oh, here we go. Okay, so same size brush. That particular size of brush, I probably have like 6 of them because then no matter what I'm doing, I've got a empty brush that I can use. So now we're going to get into the purple a little bit. And we're just going to put that purple right here in the middle. And we're going to just go up and put it right beside the pink. And at this point, it doesn't need to be pretty. We're just kind of depositing the color. And then I'm going to grab an angled brush. I think this one has a little bit of something dark on there. So we're just going to use an angled brush here, and we're going to use the flat face of that right here into the blue. And we're just going to put that right beside that purple. And my eye's watering a little bit. Let me just get that. There we go. Don't need any of that blending out. And we're just going to put that right beside there. Okay. And I am going to grab, we're going to use a brush like this for blending, because obviously right now what we've got is sort of a liney mess, but that's okay. That's all right. That's what we need. So we're going to start out with this brush here. Just give it a little tap in the pink. And you're just going to kind of go over the edge of it a little bit to soften it. Okay. You don't need to wipe it off or anything like that. Now you're just going to tap the edge of that into the purple. And just kind of go over that a little bit. And now into the blue. I feel like my purple needs a little help over here. There we go. We got a little bit of something happening here, so we're just going to do that. All right. Now, I'm going to go back to this brush here. We're just going to tap it in that white just a little bit and just make sure that we are blended out nicely. Now, I would like for my white to be a little more pronounced than what it currently is. So we're going to give it a little bit of a boost. I am going to be using the NYX. This is the Jumbo Eye Pencil, and this is in, what shade is this one? This one's called Milk. And so we're just going to come in with that right here on the inside. And we're just going to boost up that white just a little bit. There, a little bit better. Okay. So for this particular look, I'm not going to use any eyeliner on the bottom, but I do want to have a little bit of the shadow extend down. So I'm going to grab my eyeliner brush, and we're just going to kind of follow the colors that we just used. So I'm going to start out with the light and go out to the dark. So we're going to start out with this. Not going to add a white there because we just added that white to the inside, but you're just going to take the edge of that brush right here and just gently glide that over the shadow. And we're going to go from the inside edge to, I don't know, about a third of the way. And just blend that out just a little bit. And we're going to, what was the middle one? Oh, purple was the middle. So now don't need to wipe the brush off or whatever. Just grab you some purple. And right in the middle there. Okay, now just grab you some blue. We're going to go from that outside edge right to there. There we go. And we can take that liner brush and work right from the edge what we just created back up into the edge of the eyelid right here so that it blends together. We don't want like a stop and start kind of thing happening. So just gonna do that. And let me see, where's my, oh, there's my blue one. I'm just gonna get a little closer. Make sure everything's blended the way that I would like. Gonna dust me one more time. I'll be glad when all this eye-watering stuff stops. Okay, so this is kind of fun. And I thought, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do our liner on the top first, and then we'll do the fun thing. Okay, so we're gonna grab the. Oh, sorry, I'm not even showing you. This is the NYX Professional Retractable Eyeliner, and this is in the shade of black. This one is a waterproof one. We're just gonna line about the top half of the lid here. We're gonna go from that outside corner to about halfway. There we go. And then because we're not using a liner on the bottom, I am going to use the liner on my waterline. So this one does okay with that. So we're just going to, right here on that waterline, and I can already see that my eyes are not agreeing with this. There we go. That's good. Easy fix, easy fix. Okay, let me grab that blue here. We're going to get that fluff. There we go. And we're just going to come back in here like that. Yeah. Yes, eye watering is the nemesis to putting on eyeshadow. All right, so we're going to grab our Too Faced Better Than Sex. This is the liquid eyeliner, or Easy Glide liquid eyeliner. This one is a waterproof as well. So we're going to go from the outside edge of this all the way to the inside edge here. We're going to be putting on false lashes here in a minute. And this is going to reduce the possibility that you're going to see any kind of a gap between your lash and your false lash and the actual lash. Just kind of an insurance policy. Okay. While that is doing its thing and drying down, we're going to take the moment to do our brows. So whatever your chosen brow product is, you'll go ahead and apply that now. If you need a brow wax or a lamination or a tint or whatever kind of thing because you don't like your brow, come in and see my girl Olivia. She can get you hooked up and get that taken care of for you, introduce you to a brow product, show you how to use it, do some brow mapping, help you to achieve the shape in your brow that you want. For me and my fashion colored hair today, I'm going to be using... Oh my goodness, this pencil is so short, I can't even read what it's called. This is the, where we go? The NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil Crayon, and this is in the color Cupcake. I told you it's like this little tiny thing. That's okay. Use what you got. Okay, so let me get back over here. There we go. So you're going to use your brow product here. So just make sure you start in. You're going to fill in first. Give that brow its big shape. And then come back in and fine tune. Depending on your brow product, you may be drawing fine hairs to fill in. I've got a little bit of, my brows are too short. I feel like it needs to be over further. So I kind of fill and extend it to the middle just a little bit. And you're just going to work that brow. Set the brow if that's how you like to do yours. I know there's a number of brow setting products now. The brow setter from Benefit is really nice if you don't have one that you love. It just gives a nice, clean, sleek finish. Helps those unruly hairs to stay where they're supposed to. I know we're supposed to have a bunch of wind today. I don't know if brows blow in the wind or not, but let's just say they do. So if you use a brow setting gel, your brow is not going to blow in the wind. All right, so as I was talking about previously, we're going to add a little bit of, I know like there's not enough fun happening already, but I feel like we need a little something special. So I found this from ColourPop, and I just think it's super fun. So we're going to add just a little bit today. So this is the ColourPop. This one is called Disco Lady. ridiculous name. I know, right? So it has a little cap on it to make sure that it stays dry. So make sure you keep that cap so that your product is there. But you can see right here, that is just like a super fun glitter. So what we're going to do today, this part's optional. You're just going to take your finger and get it in that, like just like a little bit. And we're just going to add it to the outside edge right here along that brow line. Just right there. Because everybody needs a little sparkle. There we go. We're just getting it. Oop, oop, oop. Just right there. I think I'm going to go about halfway. Oh, try not to get it in the pink part there. Well, sure. Let's just go ahead and stick some here. Okay. Wendy going crazy? I see some of you laughing in there. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit of that sparkle here on the side because, I don't know, glitter makes everything better. Okay, I got a little up here on my brow, getting that off there. There we go. Let's put that cap back on there. This is actually like a face and body glitter. So, you want to add something a little special, maybe on your décolleté or, I don't know, somewhere on your face or whatever. Just do that. Oh my gosh, that is so fun. I am loving that we chose to do that today. Okay, so now I have glitter like all over the place, but that's okay. It's fun. Okay. So we are going to, now that we've got our eyes pretty much done, we're going to work on our lashes, put on some false lashes, and then do a little bit of recap for our verses here. So today I am going to be using, this is the Tweezer Man. I forget what the name of this one is, but we're going to be using, here, let me get the name of it for you. Tweezer Man. This is the Onyx Great Grip Eyelash Curler. So really have enjoyed using that. I know you've heard the story before, but I somehow lost my eyelash curler. I don't know how that happened. Hasn't turned up yet. But this one is fantastic. The rubber piece that's on here has done a great job of, like, it literally does not let your eyelid get pinched. I don't know how that works, but it's beautiful. So we're going to be saying our verse while our lashes are curling. So this can be a little bit of a challenge with this long verse, but that's okay. We got this. So here we go. So it's right there. We're going to make sure we're not pinching our eyelid at all. Get that lash curl ready. Here we go. And I think it's ready on your screen. Consider it a sheer gift, friends. When tests and challenges come at you from all sides, you know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do its work for you so you become mature, well-developed, not deficient in any way. James 1:2-4. All right. Yep. We can have some curled lashes today. Here we go. Other side. There we go. Here we go. Consider it a sheer gift, friends. When tests and challenges come at you from all sides, you know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do its work so you become mature and well-developed, not deficient in any way. James 1:2-4. Okay, now that we got our monumentally, wonderfully, sparkly curled lashes, we're going to be using, the Bad Gal Bang. Whoop, how about this way? Bad Gal Bang. This is in their original black color. And this is just going to let our lashes have a nice color to it before we put the false ones on, so everything blends out nice. We don't want it to look like we're wearing false lashes. We want it to look like it's all part and parcel of the same lash thing. So we're just going to give one coat so it gets a little color. Making sure we catch all those little lash hairs. So we're just going to give one coat on that. But then on the bottom lashes, because those aren't going to get false eyelashes on them, at least in this application. And so we're just going to make sure that we get good coverage on those bottom ones here. And I'm holding like a little magnifying mirror so that I can see a little bit better. I just like to be able to see nice and close up. So if anything like that, there we go, happens, you can see what you're doing and kind of fix it, get it out the way. Okay, so because of the eye-watering thing I have going on, you can see what's happened right here. Can you see that? That little bit of bleed in there? So we're going to first try to get rid of that with this. Minimize it. There we go. Then we're going to go and grab our eyeliner brush, dip that in the pink just a little bit, and see if we can get that. Here we go. Now it's like it never happened. Yay! So we've got our mascara on. We are going to move to our lashes now. So I'm going to be using a couple of things while I'm doing this today. First off, these lashes are already trimmed, but I would use the velour little eyelash tool to get those trimmed if I needed to. I use this little tool here to brush the lash hair so you can get everything, cleaned up and nice, take care of your lashes. Then I'll use the velour tool to put them on. And today we're going to be using, this is the Kiss Lash, the Royal Silk, and part of their couture line that they have. Love the curl in this particular one. Just a super nice, here, let me show you the curl on this. These just have like super nice curl in them. See that? So this is one of my favorites. If you want a good curl lash, man, this is your go-to. So we're just going to pull those off that little tray there. And then we are going to use our lash tool and then our eye lure. This is the 18-hour lash glue. So you're going to just pick up one of the lashes, doesn't matter which one. Grab it in the middle. You're going to take that lash adhesive and we're just going to put it on the front edge of that band, or the edge right there. And then we're going to get just a little bit on the back side of that band. Want to make sure that we pay special attention to the edges, that they get nice and covered so we don't end up with any lifting. So I feel like, there we go. All right, then you're going to set that one down. We're going to pick up the next one, grabbing that in the middle again. And your lash adhesive is going to go on this front edge here. And I see there we go. Nice little hair trying to take for the journey. And then we're going to get on the back side of that right here where that flat side of that band is. And then once you've got that fully covered, you can set that one down. We're going to recap our glue so we don't let that dry out any kind of ahead of time. And let's see what we got. All right. Going to go back to that first one. Once your adhesive has started to lose a lot of the shininess to it, it is about ready to go. So looks like this one needs just a little bit longer. You can kind of fan it a little bit and that will help it. A magnifying mirror is particularly helpful here, especially if you're not used to putting on lashes. It just helps you be able to, focus in and see a little bit better. All right, so we're about good to go here. So you're holding it in the middle. We're going to set it down right in the middle where your lash meets your skin. These are a curly, so you do need to make sure that you kind of open the tool up and before you try to move it, because the curl will kind of grab that tool. Okay, so we're going to just make sure we're touching. I like to sort of poke on it so that everything has a good connection. You're going to go to the front side, work our hair into the lashes. So it's one seamless looking thing. We're going to make sure we've got nice edge there is touching. There you go. Now, I will say two things. If at this point you're feeling any pinching, poking right here, any poking, your lash is probably a little bit too long. So you need to trim from the outside edge. Better to have the lash be a little bit short than have the lash be long, because that poking all day, man, you're going to run around saying you hate lashes. Okay, so we're just going to check that. There we go. We're going to grab the other lash. That should be ready to go now. Grabbing that in the middle, just like we did the other one. And look at the difference. I mean, that's just such a difference between those two things. Okay, again, we're grabbing that in the middle. We're going to set that down in the middle on the other side. Opening up that tool. Doesn't matter if you start on the inside or the outside. You're just going to work it around. Setting it right on that liner that you did earlier. That's another reason to have that nice line is you've got a clear path to follow. You got like a runway to set down your lashes. All right. Gonna take that tip, work our lashes into that. Okay, just gonna give a little press. I feel some eye watering happening, so let me do that before it goes anywhere. Flipping around my tissue because now I got glitter on everything. Okay. So now we've got our lashes applied here. We are going to say our verse together, and then we're going to finish out this look here today. So let me let it come around to, I think I just let it pass a little bit too long. So you can see we've got a little bit of blending happening there. Nice colors. Doesn't this just remind you of cotton candy? That's why I thought that was a good name for today's eye color. It reminds me, you know, who doesn't love cotton candy? And we added a little bit of a sparkle on there. So all kinds of fun stuff happening. Let me see, where are you coming around? We are almost all the way around to the start of that verse. And yeah, it's true. I'm starting to lose my voice just a little bit, but that's okay. Hang in there. Okay, here we go. Here we go. You ready? Okay, consider it a sheer gift, my friends. When tests and challenges come at you from all sides, you know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and it shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do its work so that you become mature and well-developed, not deficient in any way. James 1:2-4. You can already see that you're doing better with this verse than you were 5 minutes ago. So we're just going to keep it up all week long. So now we've got this beautiful makeup application. Everything is where we want it. Colors are the way we want. We are blending out gorgeously. So we are going to, set this with the Urban Decay De-Slick. No matter which setting spray it is that you're using, Urban Decay has so many choices and it's just such a lovely setting spray. Also, dearly love the Benefit setting spray, very fine mist. So again, we're going to take this, give it a couple shakes, let it mix up. We're going to give it some sprays. Ooh, let that fan down and dry down. There we go. That is going to depend. Well, I mean, it does lots of different things. It could be that you have sunscreen yours, so that's going to help you have sunscreen. Maybe it's got a little bit of hydration in there. For me, it's got oil control properties, so it's going to help control oil, set that foundation, the makeup application all day long, and it'll just last better, stay in place, and reduce the possibility of having any separation. So let me just say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It has been a joy to spend some time with you. I look forward to seeing you on social media throughout the week, or better yet, come see me at my store in Midlothian. So what we're going to do now is we are going to review our Bible verses that we have been working on so far. Let me come right here. So the first one that we have is I, James, well, let me get it on the screen. There you go. I, James, am a slave of God and of the Master Jesus Christ. Writing to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered among the nations, James 1:1. Oh, scattered a kingdom come. Hello. Oh, so close. Okay, and then we're going to be working on a verse that we got this week. So let's say that one together. Consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides, you know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything. Let it do its work so that you become mature, well developed, not deficient in any way. James 1 2 to 4. So we'll continue to work on that all week long. Like I said, there's going to be some fun stuff. I'm hoping that everything gets resolved this week. But I should have something fun for you with regards to this season. Just be looking at social media, and I'll let you know when it is. In fact, you know what? Let me run a contest with it too. As soon as it happens, I'll run a contest with it, and then you'll have the opportunity to win something. So super excited about that. So you can find a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus on your favorite podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you get it, all different kinds of places. So let me send us out with our verse today. And you know how much I love a verse and song. It may not be so pretty today, but you know what? The Lord hears my heart. So let me give you a blessing today. The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his face toward you and give you peace. Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much today for everyone that has hung out with me live, that has suffered through my voice this week, Father. I just pray that you would bless them, that you would help us to diligently work this week and all week throughout this season to hide your word in our heart, Father, that we would get that entire book of James just ingrained in our being, that we can pull out those truths, those promises, your word at any given moment, Father. Just bring it to our mind. I pray that you would sharpen us and that this would be part of our full armor of God. I just pray a blessing on these people this week, whether they're watching online or, hanging out in person live or just watching it later, Father. Just a blessing upon them. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Well, it has been a joy again to hang out with you. I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful this week. Love you. Mwah.